I can dig it. Cute. Show myself setting this up the other day, yesterday, to be specific, but we've got ourselves a little bird bath now. Just a terracotta pot, obviously flipped upside down, saucer on top, a little piece of random stone concrete that I found because I read that it's important for birds to have a place to perch. And yeah, they already started using it yesterday, which is really fun and fulfilling to see. May 3rd, my little sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Elizabeth. Love you. I texted her this morning like a good brother. And yeah, so it's her birthday. It is Tuesday. Yeah, just going about the day here. It is after lunch, so I am getting back logged in. I've had a good start to the week. I didn't come on at all yesterday because I didn't sleep at all the night before and just felt like half of a human. Yeah, I just didn't really have bandwidth to share anything. But with that said, ironically, I actually had a good day at work yesterday. So this is interesting because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get curious about this. Is this chance possible, or is there a reason for this? So as you'll know, if you were hanging out last week, Friday did not end well for me. I was in just the pissiest of moods, which when I watched the footage back, it didn't look so bad, but internally, I was really still kind of fuming. It helps me to vent though, so thank you for giving me the space. But yeah, just felt way better in a work sense yesterday, not in a physical sense. Just what I came to realize, I believe, is that because I was a zombie, right? So because of that, I had zero emotional bandwidth. Like, it was just, even if I had the worst day at work ever, even if I got nothing done whatsoever, like, it was what it was. Like, there was nothing changing that, and I wasn't gonna feel bad about myself for that. So here's what's interesting, is because that was my default, I never overlaid like an emotional, I never gave myself the ability to have an emotional layer on things. Like, it was like, I'm just showing up and doing my work, and I felt that in my body even, like it was only my brain working. I wasn't having these, like, I wasn't doing something and getting annoyed that I wasn't getting it done faster. There was just none of that, you know? Like, that was so interesting for me to realize, again, because I didn't have the bandwidth for it, but it just was mental processing. I was just mentally engaged, and it was either happening or it wasn't. And it was just at kind of a slow pace. But what I've found, and especially what I'm really seeing with this experience, is that while my brain may be more on a day that I feel good, I may actually be making that less, lowering my mental faculties because of my increased emotional responses. Does that make sense? So, like, when I'm having an emotional reaction to something, it is causing kind of like static in my brain and not allowing me to be clear-headed. Kind of like overwhelm, essentially. But it's like on a very, like, brain level, mental capacity level. So this is interesting because I kind of want to take this into my day-to-day then. And like, we're human, that's not always going to be the case, but the idea is, okay, well, I'm simply not going to allow myself to get really pissy about something. I'm not going to be judging myself throughout the day or feeling frustrated that things aren't happening in a way other than they are. Again, understanding this is ideal. I'm human. I'm going to have emotional moments and frustrated, stressed out moments, but I want to be intentional to kind of pull away that emotional layer a little bit and simply be present and engaged from a mental capacity, faculty state. Thoughts, feelings, reactions? I'd love to know. Comment on either my experience or your own below. But yeah, so with that, yesterday was actually quite productive. Even if it was at a slow pace, it was a very steady pace. And it was a great start to my week. I got things lined up to be productive the rest of the week, basically. I ended the day having fun with a problem that I was working on and carried that into today. I am kind of wrapping that thing up and, again, having some fun with it, because now that I got the foundational pieces laid, I can kind of build on it and get a little bit creative with how I not only solve the problem, but display my solution to it, and stuff to end users, basically. So yeah, that's what I got going on. Jessie, actually, she's out right now. She went to coffee shop to work, but she was feeling energized and like being out of the house was working for her. So she is at Costco, going to Trader Joe's, getting that done a day early. If you hang out and are either, with me or are subscribed to Jessie's channel at Jessie Fritz, you'll know that we do that on Thursdays. So she's getting that done today. So that'll be kind of nice. Open up the end of the week for her. And it's Tuesday, not even Wednesday. Wow. Good job, Jessie. Yeah, I think that's what I got for now. I need to get back to things here, continue with the momentum that I made earlier today, and a couple personal things I want to get done as well. because I'm trying and really doing a little bit better with that, getting the personal admin things done throughout the day, as opposed to just like leaving them and getting to Saturday and being like, oh my God, I didn't do any personal admin because I was so wrapped up in work. So that's what I got for you now. I'll see you later. All right, well, I am making another Green Chef tonight, our last box of the week. It's a jerk fried rice. Got some stuff cooking, some stuff chopped up, stuff that I'm about to take out of the oven. One of the things that I was just telling Jesse that I don't love about this, amongst other things, it's super convenient and they are tasty, but we both had a couple qualms with it. I know she posted some on her recent YouTube video, but for me, just like the main thing that sticks out is there's just an obscene amount of plastic, because everything is packaged in its own separate baggie, which I get that, like, why you're doing it, but I just like can't get over how much there is in a single box. So for that reason, I'm out. Shark Tank reference? I didn't plan that. It just happened. So yeah. All right, well, I just witnessed one of the crazier things I've ever seen, at least in nature. So I'm over there sitting in my chair, and I was reading, and all of a sudden here in the tree, I hear this loud rustling, and so I look over, I see these birds that are like squabbling. And I've seen birds kind of like roughhouse or whatever before, like they're playing or whatever. But I was like, this doesn't really sound like happiness. It just sounded like more intense. So after I was like, as I was processing this, all of a sudden in the back where Finn is still sniffing around, the bird like dive into that corner, and I start to hear like one of the birds cry, while out here and back up that way flies a hawk. So the hawk had attacked this small bird and jammed him down into the corner here, where there's a bunch of rocks and sticks and kind of like a compost pile-ish back here. And so what I was doing was trying to get the bird out of there. I thought that it was wounded, but apparently it was just stuck. It was like smashed in between the rock and the fence. A rock in a hard place, literally. So all I had to do was like loosen the rocks away, which actually wasn't the easiest of tasks. But as soon as I did that, the bird flew away. So bird was fine. I was ready to like take it into a box and call like animal rescue or whatever. But all is good. Little dude was okay, but like, what the hell? It's funny because I'm like over here reading books on nature. I'm like finishing up this course on ecology, and yeah, it's like the universe is like, oh, you like nature? You want some nature? Here's some nature. Just the real thing right in your face. But I'm just happy the bird's okay. Mr. Territorial Hawk or whatever is gone, so we're gonna get back to reading about nature rather than watching the craziness unfold. Well, Cora is really loving bird watching herself. Finnegan was also sitting there. It was really funny. I didn't catch it. But he was sitting there as well, and they're both just staring up there. because little dude was on top of the fence for a minute, but decided to get back into the nest because these two large predators are under the tree. So I'm gonna go and get them out of there because I don't want these birds to be scared. Come on, guys. Cora, it's okay. Come on. Go, girl. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are crazy. Hello, friend. Happy Wednesday evening. It's almost 7 o'clock. You might be able to guess where we're going. I may have ditched it last week, but I'm in a much better place than I was last Wednesday. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's the last week. So feel committed to finish it off. Yeah, so Finn and I are heading there. I said this in one of the first classes, but we've jumped around a bit in terms of location, and that holds true for tonight as well. We're going to kind of like a big park in Wake Forest, where I know we've driven by but haven't actually gone there. So yeah, I think that should be nice. Has been a really warm day today, but given that it is still springtime here, it can get really warm during the day, but it's still usually pretty mild in the mornings and in the evenings. Some days are a little bit more humid than others, but it's still not crazy like it is here in the summer yet. So yeah, it's just kind of like a beautiful evening here. Looking forward to being outside, hanging with Finn. Yeah, I didn't check in at all today, I don't believe. But it was a good day overall. It was one of those days where you could tell when your boss is on a lot of calls, because it's just, you're not getting slacks or anything like that, which is nice. Not that I mind talking to my boss. I don't. But just kind of nice from the perspective of being able to do heads down work. And I say that repeatedly on here. I really like being able to have those stretches of time. And yeah, just felt like I was able to get meaningful work done today. Some of it was planning stuff rather than like finishing stuff. But yeah, I just feel like I'm in a good place to finish off the week. So work was good. What else, Finn? Anything else? Do you have anything you want to say to the camera? No? You don't even want to talk to our friends? Finnegan? Apparently he's preoccupied with something. What else? Yeah, I feel like I don't really have much other updates for you. And that's kind of a good thing from my end. Because it's been kind of like a smooth sailing day, and I feel like the week has more or less been like that. So enjoying that, because things aren't always going to be like that, and I definitely feel like that hasn't been the case a ton over the past couple months, just as things have been new. Not that things have been bad at all, but just less eventful, and I will take that. So yeah, unless I think of anything else, I will be talking to you later, tomorrow, Friday, who knows. Bye. open the window and I say hello to my birds over here, and there's no nest. Oh my god. I immediately was like, and if you can see, it's like laying there on the ground. So, I know that there are 2 eggs in there, and I don't know what the birds, I'm assuming, would just go figure something else out, but there's 2 eggs in there. I'm gonna go check it out. Well, it looks like those may still be intact. I'm gonna see if I can save them here. Yeah, never mind. No such luck. The eggs are both smashed. So, I got the nest back up there. Now, I don't know if they'll come back to it, that it's been, they just figured it's been destroyed, and I touched it, so I don't know if they'll come back, but nature is unbiased. It is unbiased towards life or death. It just is, right? Why did this happen? We had a big storm come through last night with high winds and stuff, so I'm assuming that's what that was from. So nature is not actively cruel. Nature is just neutral. Doesn't give a shit. It's unbiased. It's just going to do what it's going to do, and sometimes you're going to survive, sometimes you're not. Also, I'm just realizing that this thing moved again. You can kind of see the shadow there of where it should be. Yeah, this is literally didn't happen in the entire year that we had it before, and so now the wind is moving this thing around. That's pretty annoying. There, as you can see, there's sandbags on there, and it's like fairly heavy, but for whatever reason, it's just not working so much anymore. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure something out.